Today we're going to be doing a reading comprehension exercise. We're going to be looking at this book. It's called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I want you to take a look at the cover, and I'd like you to tell me what your thoughts are, just based on the cover. What do you think the book will be about?
The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It looks like a war battle, something like that.
Yeah, a battle.
A battle?
Yeah, a
Okay.
battle. It looks like a battle. Some people, a lot of killing.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think the book will be about? Just
By looking at this, the art of war,
okay.
how to kill people.
So how to kill people? Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a war drama,
Okay. All right. So I'm going to provide you with something called content schema. What content schema means is it's basically background information so that when you start reading, you're not confused, and you also have some historical knowledge about the text. So Sun Tzu was a Chinese general who was considered one of the greatest generals in all of history, not just in China. And the story that you'll be reading today is going to talk about how he became general and why he became general. So I'm going to open this. And then I've marked 2 passages where you will read. And once those are finished, I'll be reading aloud, or you can read silently. So this one is for you.
Okay.
Sun Tzu, whose personal name was Hu, was a native of Chai state. His art of war brought him to the notice of Hu Lu, king of Wu. Hu Lu said to him, I have carefully perused your 13th chapter. May I submit your theory of managing soldiers to a slight test? Sun Tzu replied, You may. The king asked, May a test be applied to women? The answer was again in the affirmative, so arrangements were made to bring 180 ladies out of the palace. Sun Tzu divided them into 2 companies and placed one of the king's favorite concubines at the head of each. He then made them all take spears in their hands and addressed them thus. I presume you know difference between front and back, right hand and left hand.
Okay. So before we continue, we're going to review 2 words. The first is going to be perused, right here.
Perused.
Perused. And then the second one is pronounced concubine.
Concubine.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you.
And then pass the reading over.
Further.
So what is peruse mean?
We're gonna be asking questions related to some words that you might not know, and we're gonna try to infer meaning from context clues within the text. So you can just keep reading from, I believe, right there.
The girls replied yes. Sun Tzu went on. When I say eyes front, you must look straight ahead. When I say left turn, you must face towards your left hand. When I say right turn, you must face towards your right hand. When I say about turn, you must face right around towards the back. Again, the girls assented. The words of command having been thus explained, he set up the halberds and battle axes in order to begin the drill. Then, to the sound of drums, he gave the order right turn, but the girls only burst out laughing. Sun Tzu said patiently, if words of command are not clear and distinct, if orders are not truly understood, then the general is to blame. He started drilling them again, and this time gave the order left turn. Whereupon the girls once more burst into fits of laughter.
Okay. Good. So I'll be providing some reading for the rest of it, and you can follow along silently. Okay, so we've done our silent reading. And now I'm going to ask, before we go into a discussion of the overall text, I'm going to ask a few questions.
Go ahead.
Okay, and before you discuss them with your partner, you're going to write them down. You write your answer down silently, and then you can discuss them whether or not you agreed.
Okay.
So the first question is, who are the two officers that Sun Tzu beheaded? Here, and I'll also reference the text. So here it says, right here. Yeah, he ordered the leaders of the two companies to be beheaded because he says, then it is a fault of their officers. So who are the two officers that he beheaded?
Should we answer now?
Yeah, you can answer writing down.
Writing?
Yeah.
Only writing? Okay.
And then after you will compare answers.
You want to
and
give us all the
discuss.
questions, then we answer, or one by one?
Do you want to write them down
Yeah.
first, or do you want to talk about them one by one?
No, write them all.
Oh wait. Second question then.
Okay.
What are the 13 chapters that the king refers to in the first paragraph? So here he says, he carefully perused his 13 chapters.
Okay.
And then the third question is, what did the king mean by our meat and drink will lose their savor?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, here on the last paragraph, he says, we are now quite satisfied as to our general's ability to handle troops. If we are bereft of these concubines, our meat and drink.
What is the question?
The question is, what does he mean by our meat and drink will lose their savor?
Drink and
Meat and drink.
Meat and drink.
Okay.
Okay, and then definitions. These are 3 definition questions. What does the word affirmative mean?
Okay.
And the second definition is, what does the word assented mean? Assented is right in affirmative, so arranged. Again, the girls assented here. And the last is bereft. That's the same sentence as if we are bereft of these two concubines, our meat and drink will lose our savor.
Okay. So we have to consult each other?
First, do you want to write down the answer, or do you want to?
No, I could say it.
So let's write down our answers.
Okay.
So the first question, Guadalupe, write down.
Okay,
the first
who are the two officers that the general
Beheaded.
The two concubines that they were leading each team. What do you
Rashid,
think?
what do you think?
I think same.
Same? Okay. Rashid's going to answer the next question first then. Question 2 is, what are the 13 chapters that the king refers to?
I think the chapter about the war.
So,
The war chapters.
Yeah.
the art of war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This one's also for Rashid. What did the king mean by our meat and drink will lose their savor?
So that's mean they have no more blessing in this, or maybe they can, cut the supply for them.
Okay. Why do you think he said that in the story?
I don't.
No. Okay. Guadalupe.
Okay, it says it's gonna lose the savior because they're gonna kill them. So it's not gonna be a nice, enjoyment of the a nice thing before getting food. So that's why.
Okay. And then this is just an opinion. Both of you can discuss
And he
this.
didn't. The king didn't want the ladies to die, but at the end, the general say, "Well, I have to complete my mission, so they have to be killed." And then he proved that everybody will obey.
Will obey. Okay. Yeah. And then the last question, and you can talk about this openly, is why do you think the king ultimately assigned Sun Tzu as his general? So why do you think the king? So
He
really,
good
what do you
history. He good history, and he impressed about his act. Yani.
His methods, yeah,
They're
they are very
effective.
They're effective, yeah. They will. The ladies, after doing nonsense and laughing, they obey like an army, and he told them that. I mean, they're gonna even through fire and I don't know what else, something like that. I mean, they're gonna listen and obey and do whatever you want.
And then now we're going to answer the definition questions. So,
Okay.
what does the word affirmative mean?
Agreed.
Agree.
What did you write?
I think is strict.
Straight. Okay. What does the word assented mean?
Like they say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, obedience.
Okay. Okay. What does the word bereft mean?
Something I think kill, but I'm not 100%
Okay.
sure.
B.
I think I don't know exactly. Maybe
Like
maybe
finish
it's-
them or like
yeah, better
oh
execute
you
them.
complete the order.
Okay. All right. We're gonna take a smart break. Okay. So, do you two have any thoughts that you'd like to share with each other before I share my thoughts on the text?
No, I'm thinking like that's when have a nation have a war and they want leader. That's the most lesson from this.
Like it's important to have a strong leader. Is that what you mean?
No,
No.
it's a tactic. Like I mean that's what leaders with power do. Like if you see any dictatorship, like Franco, what they do, they kill people so people listen. It's a war tactic. It's not.
Yeah.
like a-
Fear is like a war tactic.
tactic.
Okay. Okay. Did you like the text? Did you enjoy the story?
Yeah.
Are there parts of it that you didn't understand yet?
I mean some words, but interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, same.
How to make women listen.
Oh no. Okay. So now that we've done our review, we've all read it, we've had the chance to answer. Now I'll provide some help. This is just for your personal reference so that in the future when you see questions similar or words similar, you can add them to your repertoire. So in terms of the vocabulary, affirmative. So you can actually find out the meaning of affirmative if you read the text here where he says, Sun Tzu, yes, the kings replied, may the test be applied to women? And then he says, the answer was again in the affirmative. Because Sun Tzu replied, you may.
Okay.
So if it was again in the affirmative, that means he once again said yes.
Once again.
And then here it says, again the girls assented because the girls replied yes.
Yes.
So in both contexts, Sun Tzu first says yes, and then it says he again says yes, and then the girls say yes, and then it says assented, which means the girls said yes again. Bereft is one that both of you were having trouble with, right? No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So bereft means to lose.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So let me actually double check that and let me give you an exact definition. Yes, to be deprived of is the exact definition. So, and then leading on from that, I asked about the meat and the drink losing their savor. So in the literal, Rashid took a very literal interpretation that says that the food will be cut off. There will be no more food. And you also took a more literal interpretation. You said that that food and drink will not taste good after like a bad experience. So one other interpretation that you could take, and it's very similar to Guadalupe's interpretation, is that when something loses its taste, it means it's no longer enjoyable. So when the king says the food and the drink, he means his life in general, like his general state of well-being, his emotional well-being will be bad. He'll feel bad. That's what he means. He doesn't mean that he's not gonna. I mean, he could eat something and not enjoy it, but the underlying reason behind it is because he generally will feel awful.
Okay.
That's what and then the other one was the 13 chapters. You got that one correct. It's referring to the book because the book has 13 chapters. And the two officers that Sun Tzu beheaded were the concubines. You were correct in that one. Okay, and then I believe one that I forgot to ask was, what did Sun Tzu mean when he said, bid them go through fire and water?
That they will listen, doesn't matter whatever.
Yeah, like be firm, and try to practice the dictatorship.
Yeah, they'll pretty much listen. Okay. And I think that is it. Yeah. So thank you for coming to the lesson. I appreciate you both giving me your time.